What up though, BlaKCrypto, and this is Cash Coin Currency, where we're trying to get more cash, more coin, more currency. What kind of currency? Well, we're trying to get to the cryptocurrency. Before we get into it, I want to show you what the site is doing. BlaKCinc. Got to make sure you spell that thing the wrong way. Come to the site. We got retail, education, currency, and everything you need. Also come to the BlaKCrypto YouTube page where you can see all the hex music, moon music as they call it. And don't forget to go to the Twitter feed to see everything going on in the community and the ecosystem. But without further ado, let's get to the cash. And in the first talking about crypto, you can't talk about that without BTC, Bitcoin, Big Daddy Bitcoin. This is a 4-hour chart, and we kind of got a line in the sand drawn here. I want to go to the daily. And if you see what's going on the daily, if this makes any sense, we're going to try to break this down. So if you look at this white line here in the middle, that's my midpoint. And let's go to auto and drag this out a bit. So as you can see, we got this line of resistance drawn from the top. This has kind of kept price from going up. And every time prices come to that green line, it's had a hard rejection and come back down. Well, now this is the first time we've come to that line and haven't had that hard rejection yet. And I want to hide these lines. So you can see prices kind of started to push up. Now this blue line is the moving average. So every time we're under the moving average, that's another line of resistance pushing price down. And when you're on top, it's support to keep it moving up. So this is kind of the deciding ground here with Bitcoin to decide what's going to happen next. So here's what we have drawn up here. If it stays on top of that white line, generally the price keeps going up. So we're either going to come out, do a retest of that resistance, and then go off into wherever we go, upwards towards 30,000. But if this is another rejection at that line, it follows this red line down, retest, another rejection. And if we retest this lower level down at 18.5, we're sure to probably fall lower to lower levels. I think 16,000 is a good level to look at. So looking at Ethereum, it's kind of leading the market. Ethereum has the ETH 2.0 staking on the way, and you really need to think about the supply shock that's coming and people wanting to take part in staking and wanting to be part of that ecosystem too. So if the chart could ever come up, you can see Ethereum did break out of this long-term resistance, but you can't be fooled because this could be kind of a trick that the trader set up. Now if you look at this higher time frame, it could look like there's a lot more room to grow. So I think Ethereum could run all the way to 23 to 24,000 before it faces any major resistance, or there's another sub level of resistance a little lower to where 2,000 could kind of be ahead. But again, there's this little mini bull run going, and we'll get a measurement of how long. This is a daily chart, so about 50 days. We've had a nice little bull run here, so who's to say how long it's going to continue? But overall, it's still a downtrend. Until we break this upward resistance, it's still an overall downtrend. So you just kind of gotta treat it like a bear market rally. And looking at the big story in the whole community, you have Hex, but Post Doge is the one making all the noise. Post Doge, $9.24 right now, all-time highs after all-time highs. They recently just had their the end to their lunch phase where you could mint your free Post Doge coins. Those people who had Hex staked had access to Post Doge. You can mint them for free. All you have to do is pay the gas fees. But that 100-day phase has ended, and since then you can see this price action for these last couple, I want to say couple weeks, but maybe even few days, going from about $4, 4.5, to breaking that $5 ceiling and moving all the way now to almost a double up to $9.50. Now we drew these Fibonacci numbers to kind of see what levels we could expect. So I'm thinking this is the second move, so possibly 12, 11.5 to $12 could be a top before we see a retracement. But who's to say that we can't come and test these higher bands and start pushing up towards $20. So Post Doge is like the gem of the Hex ecosystem, but you can't talk about that without talking about actual Hex. And I do want you to look at Hex right now. Now we've been holding at 4.5 cents, now making a move back to test that 5 cents mark. The last, magically we tested 5555.05555. And, we've come back on top of this long line of resistance, and it's a good chance that, we come back to test these other layers of this fib sequence. Now, the best case scenario, 6.8, get on top of here and continue for another high at this local high before a correction. Now, again, this line that I've drawn up here is a 1 2, 3, 4, 5 move, a 5 wave, a Elliott wave pattern. So we've had a correction. So this could be the start of another. And if I clone this and see where this next move could take us, and let me bring us down a bit. If we were to say this was the second move, we could be looking at about, 6.9, right at that next Fibonacci sequence. So, hopefully Hex can come up and hit these levels of 5.5 cents, and then we'll have a correction of maybe 4.4, 4.5, and that would be looking really bullish. If we have a correction here, then that would mean there's a correction to this reset, and that's probably a 40% move to the downside, and a 40% to the downside would equal something like, I want to send this down a bit, or maybe 30%, down to the 3.5 cent level. That will make some of the bears happy, but I think the rest of August should be a bullish month for the rest of crypto. And then before we get out of here, I do want to check out another gem, Hedron. You get Hedron for free that you can mint if you have a Hex stake. Don't forget to mint those when you do end your stake. You can do a HSI instant stake to where you mint on Hedron, and you can trade that stake as an NFT. But as you can see now, we've had a huge run up to 12.6. We drew these Fibonacci numbers up, and you can see Hedron kind of beat the market to the bottom. You can see they had a floor here down around a lot of zeros and a 5 down here, but since has had this run, and we had it was way down at the 002. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, had a correction, and if we do a fib sequence on another start, if we were to say, this is the second start, that next leg could take us all the way to this. I want to say what fib number is at, the 618 level. So we could be making a move way up to the 618 level, have a correction, and then pushing up somewhere to where we maybe knock off 2 or 3 of these zeros. A lot going on. You really need to find out about Hex and the whole ecosystem post chain coming up soon. And, we'll tell you all about it if you come to the BlaKCrypto. Plenty of information on that. Until next time, thanks for watching. And this has been me. See you next time.